Welcome in, everybody. I'm ACkingpin 27. I'm joined today by my man, fighting Titan since 97. Titan, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing well, man. So I want to welcome everybody into King's Corner, Episode 1. King's Corner is our podcast-style stream we do here live on Twitch. So if you guys are viewing here on Twitch, thank you so much for being here. I'll be uploading the videos to YouTube. If y'all are watching the video on YouTube, appreciate you guys checking us out. Make sure you guys drop us a like on the video, smash that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get notified when we put up more videos in this series. But King's Corner kind of is going to take place around what we're doing in games, in real world, and things that are going on in our lives. We've got some plans for the series, Titan, man. I'm excited for the plans we have. We're talking an NFL predictions episode.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking some video game content, some video game rankings, I think was what we were talking about.
Absolutely.
We'll kind of play the sports genre. We'll play some sports talk. We'll play some IRL talk, some movies. So we're going to rank the MCU universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to rank that. This is just going to be organic talking. And I think the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is bringing in some small streamers, guys that we play with, guys that I know through this streaming community. Bring them on, talk to them, and find out, how their streaming, progression is going, what they're looking forward to, what their community is all about, and kind of why they're streaming. Because there are some members of this community that stream for causes. So I kind of want to bring them in, and I know Titan's looking forward to learn a little more about the community because there was some little bit of time that he missed kind of getting to know you guys. So this is our way of kind of helping you get to know us, but also us get to know you. So I'm looking forward to this, Titan. Give your little, quick out here, man. How you feeling about this King's Corner?
Oh, man, I'm super excited, right? Because I've always enjoyed the conversations we've had. We've had little bits here playing games or during MUT battles, but it'll be nice to dedicate some time to share our opinions that are similar as they are different on a lot of things.
Absolutely. Feel free to drop some comments, guys, if you're watching live or in the YouTube, and kind of let us know your thoughts on whatever topics we're bringing up. I'm very active on the YouTube boards to respond to my comments. I'll make sure Titan gets in there and is subscribed as well so he can respond to you guys as well. So I appreciate y'all being there. But today, like I said, episode 1 is all about getting to know us. So I'm ACkingpin 27. Been on this streaming journey, man, for a little over a year. We've been on Twitch as an affiliate for a little under a year. And I'm a variety streamer. I'm a Navy veteran. I've been a gamer all my life. I'm a sports enthusiast, Cleveland sports, die hard, live and die with Cleveland sports. That's me in a nutshell. That's what you see on the Twitch profile, on the Twitter profile. But you guys are going to get to know a little bit more about me today. I'm a husband and a father. So I mean, that's me, and you're going to get to know more about me. Titan, man, take it away. Give us your little, your elevator pitch, bro.
Oh, man. So super, super excited to be here, right? We've been friends for, Lord, far too long.
Right.
So I'm still on the active side of life, right?
Right.
Love serving my Navy. I
appreciate everything you do, brother. Appreciate everything you do.
Likewise. Yeah, appreciate your service as well, man. And especially anybody else out there listening that's had the privilege to don the cloth, right? It's not
Absolutely.
an easy decision.
Absolutely.
I too am a father and husband. If you hadn't guessed by the name, I am diehard for my Tennessee, my Titans, my Vols, my Preds, my Grizzlies. It's all there.
Ooh, he's running the gamut today.
Ooh. Hey, you don't play just one part of Nashville. You play the whole city.
That's true. I mean, that's how I am with Cleveland, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, that's it. And it's that passion that really is exciting. So that's what I got for the initial elevator pitch. I know you want to deep dive on some other stuff.
No, so my initial questions, man. So you touched on everything. So we've been friends for a while. I think what's really blossomed this friendship is our love for Madden. I take it back to a couple years ago now, a handful of years ago now. We run together in MUT, and you got tired of the money spending. I was on that no money spent grind, and we played. You were like, how do you have such a good team, no money spending? And you got fed up with it at one point and literally just dropped your cards. We traded everything. And I think that's what blossomed into this. We were able to get in and We've done franchises with you and with other guys, our friends. Well, we've brought in and we've had franchises with everybody. It's been a lot of fun just playing Madden. Like Madden's the background game for this episode, and it's for good reason because this is kind of where our friendship has blossomed. The fun that we've had playing, but just like Titan said, just talking and chatting, I think is really where we're at right now, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you touched on it, Tennessee. I take it that's home. That's home, right?
Sure is.
I love it. You said wife and you said husband and father. So congrats there, brother.
Appreciate it.
What's got? You're a gamer. You've been gaming. I'm assuming your whole life. What's those first memories you have of video games? What's that first system, that first game that just kind of hooked you, bro?
The first system you said. I'm gonna answer that question in two parts. The first memory, right? And I'm dating myself here, but hopefully some of the audience will appreciate. Right, was sitting there with that gray freaking Nintendo. And if I'm not blowing the hell out of the cartridge, I'm trying to time the reset button to get that light to stick on. Right. Only to get to that same point in the game that I almost beat to have it freeze. And it's just that music. I'll never forget that music, right? Like, doo-doo-doo, it just freezes on whatever note. It's just the sound of agony. Oh,
it's true.
God.
It's true.
I think, the first real game I think that hooked me was, I think probably that first... I enjoyed playing Nintendo, but the first game to really hook me in, surprisingly, was on 64, and that was that GoldenEye.
When you say Nintendo, you're talking NES?
Yeah, NES, but that's what I got into, and it was enjoyable, right? But that first game that really hooked me was GoldenEye.
Okay, yeah.
That was that first game that it was like I don't want to, like I can play it, but I don't want to put it down.
Now, were you a sports gamer as a kid? Did you play a lot of the sports games, or did you kind of just get into everything else?
Man, I was into whatever I could get my hands on, right? You look at, oh Lord, what was it? Lone Wolf was for the NES. You had Contra. If you've never felt true rage in your life, you haven't played the Aladdin or the Lion King games.
That's absolutely true.
Sega.
100% true there.
Vector Man.
Man, he's taking it way back here. I love it.
ACC for the blood code.
I love this, bro.
For Mortal Kombat. Just anything that you can get your hands on, right?
Let me interrupt you. I'm gonna cheers to you, bro, for that. That's taking me way back. I know we're kind of relaxing BS in here, but nice little drink for you. I'm gonna take one down, man, for throwing it back.
Throwing it back. Cheers.
Just for throwing that one back, bro. So my love for video games kind of crosses into the real world. I grew up, like I said, late 80s, early 90s, and Cleveland sports fan. The Browns in the early 90s were a team. The Indians were coming into their own to that mid-90s run. Cavs not so much, right? The late 80s, early 90s was a team, but, that's when Jordan kind of took over and kept knocking us out. So, I mean, for me, my love of sports bleeds into my love of video games. The things I remember are picking up Madden. The first Madden I ever had, Madden 95 on the Genesis. That was my love. That was my passion, playing World Series 95 and, collecting sports cards. And
what was it, man? What was the robot baseball game for Sega?
I never played it. I always wanted to as a kid, and I never played it, bro.
It was so good. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No. See, these are the conversations we're gonna have here. Is stuff like that. So, like, I remember having sports cards, and I remember setting up an infield and an outfield based on the game and, like, playing stuff. I remember getting into Madden, and I would play Madden, NBA Jam, NHL 94.
Boom, shakalaka.
Exactly. So, like, I grew up playing more sports games, and only during the PlayStation era did I really start playing those story games, those action adventures, and kind of rolling that into where I skipped the PlayStation 2 generation, but my dad had a 64, so, Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario World. But I've had a system, man, as long as I can remember. My older sister gave us her NES. I had a Genesis. I had a Master System. I had an Atari. Well, my cousin had an Atari I have every video game system that's been released sitting in a box, all cables, games, controllers, everything still works today. I grew up walking. I grew up walking to a used video game store, man, and trading games, and that's where my love of video games kind of started.
Right. Do you ever just pull out the old NES and shoot the dog from Duck Hunt? Like,
So
not the ducks, just the dog.
when I was living overseas and when I was living in Virginia, absolutely. Excuse me. Absolutely, I did, man. I had everything set up to work. Everything works there. So, man, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. What game hooked you guys all to be gamers? If you're not gamers, what's that one thing that hooks you? What's the one thing in your life that you're like, man, I just got to grab it, and that's what I gravitate toward. Go ahead, man.
You're rattling off stuff, and I'm having, all these different memories, right?
That's the fun, right?
Just all the different, playing the old Maddens, the early '90s ones, like not just the Techno Bowls, but like the early Maddens where the meat wagon would come out,
See, this is the stuff you and I have talked about, like in game and like off stream, and like this is the fun stuff for me. So. Yeah, like, absolutely.
Oh, the meat wagon's coming out, and the game stops, and they pull the cart out. And
okay, so on this, we're gonna stay on video games here. What's the one game that got you out of the sports realm? What's the game that you remember that kind of started that passion? Because I know you play single player story games just like I do. You play the racing games. I've seen you do it. Okay, so what's the one game that kind of took you out of the sports world and put you into the everyday video game world?
Out of just sports, and you mean like in a bad way, in a good way?
No, okay. So like I'll caveat this for me. Like I said, growing up, I was all sports all the time, right? It took the original PlayStation for me to get like Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid, and really start developing the passion to play those single player story games.
Okay, so I can answer that question now that I have a context.
Okay.
What game drove me out? And I'm going to jump around because there's lots of games that I enjoyed, but like what really launched me to everyday gamer was it Siphon Filter X?
Yes.
Siphon, because that was the game where it was like it wasn't like Metal Gear Solid. I felt it was better because the stealth was much better in that game.
Yeah.
You could crawl, you can kind of shimmy before there was a Spider-Man game, or you can shimmy up the walls and go through vents, and you had the night vision goggles and the heat sniper rifle scope, and it was just that game. And if you never spent time yelling into a headset like you were not a Navy SEAL but a Navy SEAL for SOCOM 2, I recommend you have that life experience, right?
Here you go, Titan. I'm gonna interrupt you for a minute, man.
Okay.
Somebody in the chat. So we got Deadly Mouse. Thank you, man, for showing up. He says the Super Nintendo, the SNES, playing Mario. Like that's so that's and that's the thing. Like I think anybody's games that they're gonna say was their hook kind of brings back memories for anybody. They could be an older generation like me and you who started on that NES, that started playing games on Pong on the Atari, going to the arcades and playing those Pac-Mans and them Donkey Kongs that were on the old systems, bro. Like I could find someone that like my sister who grew up on this Nintendo 64 era, right? Games are those are her games that really hooked her, completely different than mine. So Deadly Mouse, that's perfect, bro. Sorry to interrupt you, Titan, but
no, that's good. That's good. Now, Deadly Mouth, which is a killer name, by the way.
I love that, bro.
It's so good. So here's my thing. Like when you say Mario, are we talking Mario All-Stars? Or are we talking the original Mario where you punch Yoshi in the back of the head and he eats stuff? Because those two matter. That matters.
I can't stop laughing at that. That's perfect.
I'm gonna be AFK for about 2 minutes. I gotta take.
No, man. So like I said, the games for me that got me out, and they really got me out of the sports world and kept me out of the sports world. And the only sports game I kept playing was Madden. And that's kind of where my passion for football lives now. Is playing Madden with the guys and just kicking back, grinding Ultimate Team, and Deadly Mouse says you have to abuse Yoshi just a little bit. That's right. Like that's the things that you remember is from your childhood playing these games, man. That's the memories. Titan hit on it, man. Playing the Lion King and the Aladdin games and just how hard they were. And if you left your system, and if you left your system on to get your save going because you had to go eat dinner and you came back up and it was frozen and you lost that gameplay. Like, those are the things that as a kid, like, I remember going to bed at midnight and leaving the system on overnight so I wouldn't lose anything and picking it back up on a Saturday morning when you rolled out of bed at 9 o'clock. So
you want to talk about that stuff, and I know I stepped away for just a second. I apologize. I said that father part. My young man is having a nosebleed right before bed.
Oh, no.
Strikes.
Hopefully he's okay.
He'll make it. It's just he just nosebleeds, right?
Yeah, right.
So you're talking about stuff like that, man. And I look back and you see people talking about games and graphics and stuff, and it's real hard not to be the crotchety get off my lawn guy, right? With like, well, do you ever remember playing the original Super Mario, like for NES?
Yes.
That's it. There wasn't a save.
You just went. And you just played.
Beat the game. You beat the game, or you failed. That's it. There's not a save. There's not a can I get more lives. You better know where them warp pipes are at, otherwise you're going to spend a lot of lives.
Hours, bro.
And then, like, the trampolines would just get progressively worse as you played.
So I'm going to steer this in another direction now. So we've had this conversation about games being the starting point. What's something in your, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, what's something in your life that you have that same passion for now? Like how you did early video game content. What's your passion like now?
I think there's a lot of different things, right?
Yes, there is absolutely.
And I'm picking one of many, right? But man, having the privilege to serve and still be in active duty.
Yep.
I think for me, it's the passion of teaching and mentorship, and I don't say that in a cheesy way. It's you've got a whole mass of people, but every so often you get someone that genuinely like enjoys being in the service and wants to be better as a person, as a sailor, as a leader, and just taking the time to take all these years of experience and help somebody hopefully avoid some stumbling blocks, and watching somebody grow and watching them execute and just grow into this amazing person and leader, and you've had this amazing hand in that, man. Like or teaching a subject, right? Teaching something, and you see it click, you see the light bulb go on, and it's just it's such an amazing moment as a human, right? Like you can hear the passion kind of eking out a little bit.
So
like, I get hyped for that.
I'm gonna tag you out for a minute because you know what? I have a job.
Only if you're tagging me, like, WWE Tag Championship. Like, I want the enthusic, the handshake, and your leg stomping, that kind of tag.
Okay. All right, I got you. I'll take it. Let's go. So I'm just gonna piggyback on that, man. My job is training and specializing in development and the development of people, and I love my job every day. I love it. There's days people wake up, they don't want to go to work. I think everybody has that feeling, but I'm always there. And that's my gig and that's my passion now. Like at one point, it was sports and it didn't matter what the sport was. I was in tune with Sports Center and going all around and any sport was there. And it's tuned away from that, like we said, I'm trying to be a role model for little man and be a good father. And that I think that's everybody's, lot in life. And if that's what they choose to have as a family. But like I said, I'm piggybacking your comment, man, because training and development is a serious passion. That's a job I have, and that's a job I love every day. So I love it. Chauffeur coming in here and says a passion for him, boobies, man. It's always boobies. I figured Titan would get a kick out of that.
Talking his or
Titan. Oh man. So so I know a little bit about you, and I'm gonna bring this out, man. So we're gonna do a little, either or here. You tell me when you're ready, and we'll start this up. We're kind of gonna go back and forth here. Okay, so we're gonna go.
You got me okay? Right.
Yeah. Are you Star Wars or Star Trek? I don't know if you can hear me here.
Nice.
I think you broke up.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yeah. Are you Star Wars or Star Trek, brother?
Yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay.
Yes.
Are you Marvel or DC?
Marvel, easy.
Chevelle says if you just said Star Trek, you can't be friends.
Right. I mean, I do love Han Solo in Star Trek. He's the best.
Han Solo in Star Trek. What? I'm all confused now. So I'm with you, Star Wars, and if I had to choose, I'd go DC. I'm a Batman nerd. I'm a Batman
That's
nut.
fine. Right. So like, we're gotten into some of this
You're
stuff.
breaking up real bad, brother. You're breaking up real bad.
Sorry. I'm a little AFK trying to do this. Here, come hold this on there and come downstairs. All right, we're gonna move closer to the console.
Sorry, guys. He's got a life going on right now during the middle of the podcast. So
yeah, no, I'm sorry, man. All right, I'm closer. Is that better?
Deadly Mouse says Star Wars and Marvel. I can rock with those. I'm not saying I'm negative toward Marvel. I'm a Batman nut. Always have been. You know, as a kid, I know Titan and I have talked about this before. As a kid, I had the Batcave, the $75, 3-tiered Batcave with the Batmobile and all the Batman and all the villains. So that was my jam, bro.
Yeah, no. So and I didn't get a chance to mention this, right? So I used to, when I was a little bit younger, I played ice hockey, right? Loved playing ice hockey.
Yep.
And my mask was actually the Iron Man mask.
All right, Chevelle, I got you, bro. Oh, Iron Man mask. You rocked the Iron Man mask in goal?
Yeah, that was my goalie mask.
That's perfect, bro.
That was, yeah, man. It was all kinds of fun.
That's perfect.
So, I always loved DC, but like my heart was always Marvel.
Okay. So here you go. Here's another one for you. Are you Harry Potter or Draco Malfoy?
Oh, Draco Malfoy. That's easy.
100%, right? 100% Draco all the way. 100%. Let's go. Yeah, Deadly says DC's awesome too. See, I think that's what we're gonna have. Is a lot of folks on, choosing a side is really that favorite, but they're kind of for both sides of this coin here. All right, so when it comes to football, I know we each have a passion around football. Do you lean more toward pro, or do you lean more toward college?
I lean more towards pro, right? It's just it's a better quality product consistently.
Okay.
However, I absolutely love college football.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, and Deadly Mouse, I think, agrees. Deadly Mouse says pro all the way. I am a huge fan of both. I'm a Michigan Wolverine all the way. Even though I grew up in Cleveland, I should have been an Ohio State fan. Is what my family tells me. But I'm Michigan all the way. And pro, I watch a pro. Even when my Browns were, 1-31, NFL all the way, bro. NFL all the way.
Absolutely. I mean, college, there's just this passion and this effort that you don't always see in professional games.
Correct.
Right? Those dudes are trying hard, usually every single down.
Correct. Absolutely. No, absolutely.
And now with the NIL, right? That name, image, likeness.
Hey, a lot to come. That's going to be a lot to come. It's going to be beautiful. I think that might be a topic we maybe need to discuss during the college football season this year. Okay, but I think we might have to get into that.
Yeah, no,
absolutely. All right, so here's another one for you. No, go ahead.
Quick. So, you talk about that and more to come. Man, some of my favorite football times was when you could play in NCAA and you could have the draft class and you can import it into Madden. And you didn't need to scout because
I never did that. I never did that.
You followed the stories in college. You saw who dropped and who didn't. And so when you went to draft, you're like, oh yeah, that dude choked in the senior game.
Interesting. I never did that.
Oh man, it was so much fun because it made it so much interesting to draft. And then you could take a team like I always used to take Boise State because I loved the blue field, even though I'm a Vols fan for life. and I would love because I would love to play my heart out, and then you get invited into like the SEC or you get invited into the ACC, and like you get to go to big boy conferences based on how you performed, right?
Right.
So that was good.
That's actually okay. So here we go. Here's another either or. Yeah, are you Team Ghostbusters or Team Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Oh, that's tough.
See, these are the questions. These are the questions we're gonna have this year. Tough questions for the viewers.
I loved the Ninja Turtles, right? But probably if we're going by movies like Bill Murray, it's got to be the Ghostbusters, even though Go Ninja Go is a classic.
So, and I'm going to be actually exact opposite on you, man, because a wise man once said, "Never pay full price for late pizza." We're going to go with the Turtles for me. Turtles all the way, bro.
No, and it's a hard, like, I could go.
It is. It's a hard one, right? I could go definitely either way on that one. So, we joke all the time when we're in playing games that a wise man once said, "Field goals win games." And that statement that I make is derived from Michelangelo and his pizza deals. Absolutely 100%. So, all right. So here's a good one. We'll go back to the video game topics. Nintendo or Sega?
Sega. Easy.
Okay, and I go with Sega all the way. 258 games for the original Genesis, and I probably played 230 of them. There is a handful, and I know which ones I haven't played. That's why when you said Robot Baseball, I was like, nope, never played it. I know that for a fact.
It was so interesting because it was a combination, obviously, of players and robots. But you would be able to use these R2-D2 looking fools, right? Because it's, a early 90s game, right? So everything's based off of Star Wars.
Right. Absolutely. Everything went around that, bro. Everything from like the parody movies, the shows that were on TV, everything was using that. You're 100% right. You're 100% right there.
Yeah, but you could whack that ball like 5,000 yards, and it just kept going. It was ridiculous.
Correct.
Keep your head.
And Deadly Mouse coming in and saying Nintendo. I can respect that. I can respect either choice here. All right, so then I think I know this answer. Titan, PlayStation or Xbox?
Oh, PlayStation. With Xbox getting an honorable mention for the Halo and the Gears franchise.
So like I didn't own a PS2. My dad did. And before I joined the Navy, I was living with him for a good 6 months. And that was my first foray into the PS2 era. My sister had Rock Band and Guitar Hero, and that was kind of my introduction to the PS2 until I went to GameStop and bought all the games for like 99 cents when they were finally getting rid of all the PS2 games. That's when I got to try like Matrix Reloaded and stuff like that. So absolutely 100% PlayStation all the way there. Excuse me. Is there anything that you want to ask to topic-wise, Titan? Anything that you maybe want viewers to know or you're trying to know here?
Man, I don't know. Give me a second to.
All right, so think on that one. So make sure if you guys are watching here in the videos, drop me some comments down below on some possible topics you guys want to see here with King's Corner. Like I said, we've got some ranking episodes coming. We're gonna rank the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're gonna rank video game consoles, and we're each gonna have our own personal rankings here and our own kind of personal, opinions on the whys for those things, man. I'm really looking forward to some of these topics we're going to have.
Absolutely.
I know Titan as well. We've talked off stream about what we want to do. Deadly Mouse, man, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, man. The full podcast stream will be up on YouTube, man. Make sure you're following the YouTube channel. You'll be able to check that out too, man. I appreciate you stopping by. But absolutely, those are the things that we're looking forward to. Ranking some movies, ranking some games themselves. Some systems. We're going to do an NFL predictions episode. So that's going to be episode 2. So the next episode you guys are going to see will be the NFL predictions episode. We're going to kind of rank how many wins we think these teams are going to have, and we may talk championships and Super Bowl, who we think is going to make it there. But 100% looking forward to more to come here. I'm going to lob it back to Titan if he's on and if he's ready. See if he's got a question here. See if he's ready with a question or if he wants to maybe kind of volley that back.
So, what was as those golden prime years? What was your ideal Friday night, Saturday night?
You
Dinner,
mean
games? What does it look like?
Are you talking when I was in high school or when I was before I joined the Navy? You talking before I was in the Navy, after the Navy? What are you talking? Which years are you talking?
Whenever.
I mean, as a kid, man. So in high school, I worked at a restaurant. I was a server, and I worked my butt off to get out of work and go to the bowling alley, and hung out at the bowling alley all night long. I was big into bowling in high school. Huge bowler, man. I got some good games, some perfect games under the belt, some good 800 series under the belt. a huge bowler. That was my Friday night as a kid. Before I joined the Navy, I was living in Jacksonville. I was working for the Jaguars, working for, at the time, the Jacksonville Suns, the Jacksonville Sharks arena team, and working the events, working the suites, working for the owner, Wayne Weaver, at the time of the Jags. Loving every minute of my job because it was sports oriented, it was music, it was concerts, it was shows, it was everything going on in that city, and I loved every minute of doing that. Joining the Navy, I mean, you know how it is. Friday nights, you just want to relax, bro. I was overseas, though, and Friday night was all about going out. Friday night was all about going out when I was overseas. Coming back to the States, not so much. You want to just relax now. Now that I'm home, man, Friday night's been the stream night. We've been rocking some groups, playing some Warzone, playing some other games. It's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying the streaming journey that I'm on. Absolutely 100%, having some fun with it. Meeting plenty of new friends, new folks that I call friends, new folks that I truly believe are friends. And the friendships that we're building here, man, in this community are amazing. So Chevelle says he went PlayStation, then PS2, then on to 360, and his favorite console was the NES. Man, I can respect every single one of those. Like I said, I never owned an Xbox console until the 360, and I bought that at the tail end of the generation. I did not own the original Xbox. I played Halo on the 360. So I know Titan had mentioned Halo and Gears. Those were the two franchises that forced me to buy an Xbox One. So I absolutely have respect for the Xbox, for Microsoft, what they did, what they're still doing. Absolutely 100% there. Does that kind of answer your question, Titan? Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it's Friday night. You've got a pizza. You're putting on GoldenEye with some friends, or you're doing a Madden draft over the course of a weekend and playing a season. That kind of stuff.
The one thing we haven't mentioned is when I was overseas and when I was in Virginia, when I was in the Navy, the groups of guys that you had together that played Call of Duty. That, I think, Friday and Saturday night was all about playing Call of Duty, and we'd get together and play multiplayer.
I used to do that, but with Halo. We'd play the Halo multiplayer. That was
absolutely. I see, and I can understand that wholeheartedly. I respect that franchise. I respect that system. I'm all about it. If you think we're good, man, I think we've done enough this episode. I think we've kind of thrown.
I've been distracted.
No, you're good, man. You got life. Life happens. I think everybody understands that. Mm-hmm. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in tight. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your day and jumping in and kind of joining me here on this journey. I do appreciate it.
So much fun. I'm looking forward to what's to come.
We're hoping this tunes into a weekly, like I said, podcast stream where we may miss a week here or there. We're going to try not to. We're going to try our best, even if we have to cut 2 episodes in one night. We're going to try our best to make sure we've got regularly scheduled content. But like I said, if y'all are watching here live on Twitch, thank you so much for being here. If y'all are watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed the content tonight. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys smash the like button on the video, hit that subscribe button, and tap that bell notification so you get notified when we put up more. I'm really looking forward to this series, King's Corner. Like I said, I can't wait till we start bringing in other streamers, get that third perspective. Maybe we make it, a weekend tradition that we do something after a long night of games. I think that would be a lot of fun to do as well. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Titan, thanks again, man. And like I said, episode 2 is going to be our NFL predictions episode. So next week, you guys are going to get our predictions on the NFL season. We've got some tier maker lists that I've already done. I'll make sure in the video it's linked there. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Titan, it's been fun, man.
It's been a blast. Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Talk to you later.